Yo, what's up there, guys? Dr. Phil on today's episode 3 of Hockey Talk. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give my predictions for the NHL 2014 draft. So this will only be the top 10, but the top 5 will be more in-depth. And when I get 6 to 10, it'll be more like just say the guy and say a quick maybe give a quick overall why he's going to get picked. But yeah, so it's going to be my top 5 in-depth, 6 to 10. It's going to be sort of like whatever. So the NHL 2014 draft. The draft is going to be held in Philadelphia on June 27th, and obviously it's my predictions. And for this draft, the reason I'm doing my top 5 is just because top 5 usually they're considered being franchise players. And disclaimer, obviously any player could be a franchise player. It could be a guy in the 7th round, could be a guy in the 3rd round. Good example of that is Andres Palat from the Tampa Bay Lightning. He got drafted in 7th round, and he's playing alongside of Steven Stamkos. So that gives you a good example. And also, the draft is, in my opinion, everyone has their own opinion, and everyone has their own selections for the 2014 draft. But, this is just in my opinion. And if you have your own ranking, comment it below. So let's get right into it. So this is the final ranking by the ISS. So you can see right here on the top of your screen. And also this is the ranking from before the actual draft starts. So teams might decide to trade their draft picks or their selections during the draft. And I know the Florida Panthers are really considering on trading that first overall. So the Florida Panthers are at first overall, and they will pick Aaron Ekblad. This is basically a no-brainer. He was projected 2nd overall by the ISS, and he's projected 1st overall by me. And the reason for Aaron Ekblad being chosen by the Florida Panthers is because he is the best guy out there. He's the best two-way defender, and just overall, he's great at everything. He can play offensive, and he can play defensive. Plus, the Florida Panthers, they don't have many defense. Like, yes, they got a lot of young forwards, including like Jonathan Huberdeau, Alexander Barkov, and for defense, they don't have that much. Brian Campbell at $7 million a year, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, so Aaron Ekblad would be a good fit in there. Overall, like everything's good about him: his shot, his skating, his physical wise, his senses. Just overall, he's a really good player. And for his NHL ready it's going to be this upcoming season. Oh hell, man! If Florida was playing tomorrow, Aaron Ekblad would get chosen, and on stage it would give him the entry-level contract, and he would basically be on the ice tomorrow if Florida was playing tomorrow in some reason. So at 2nd overall, we have the Buffalo Sabres, and they are going to pick Sam Reinhart. He was projected 1st overall, but in my books, he's projected 2nd. And the reason for Buffalo picking Sam Reinhart is just because he's the next guy in line, and Buffalo are at a stage that anyone that's good, they'll get. Or anyone that they can get, they'll take. And Sam Reinhart, overall, another good player. Like, everything is good about him. He's a really good playmaker, but his only thing that probably needs to be upgraded and to be worked on is his skating ability. He's not the slowest guy, he's not the quickest guy, but he could use maybe a year in the juniors to just, get better. But this is a debate that he could be ready for the NHL, but he can also not be ready. So for me, I would say not next season, but the season after for being ready to play the NHL. But like I said, this is a debate. He could be ready next season. It's just a matter of Buffalo playing this guy, or, maybe well developing this guy. But knowing Buffalo, they're probably going to put him on the ice this upcoming season. And at 3rd overall, we have the Edmonton Oilers. And the Edmonton Oilers are just they're a soon-to-be team that's going to be deadly with all these young studs and prospects that they have. And I don't know how they're not good by now. But yeah, so the Edmonton Oilers at 3rd overall, they're going to pick Sam Bennett. Again, this is the next guy that's best in line. And if Aaron Ekblad was still in there, probably Edmonton would take him because they have enough forwards that are good enough, like Eberle, Taylor Hall, Yakupov, Nuge, all of those forwards. But since Aaron Ekblad is gonna get picked first overall, they're gonna pick Sam Bennett. And overall, Sam Bennett, another player that's just a good two-way forward. He can play good offensive and defensive wise. You can rely on him. Like, he's just overall, you'll put him on pretty much every single like special team. So the power play, he'll be on there, and penalty kill, he'll be on there also. But yeah, so Sam Bennett overall, like, he's NHL ready, not this season, but the season after, due to the, like, I don't want to say the pull-up incident, but that pull-up incident really affected him because he was projected first overall, and after that incident, he's projected fourth. But in my book, he's projected third. So yeah, so determination, if this pull-up incident, like, it's, like, I know it's stupid, but determination is probably something for this guy, but this guy is playing actually really good in the minors. I mean, in the OHL. So I'm just saying that maybe 1 year in the juniors will help him out to develop really well. But for me, being NHL ready is going to be the next season after. So at fourth overall, we have the Calgary Flames coming off a bad season with having basically no one left on their team. And this is going to be a good draft for them. And for them, they're going to pick a Leon Draisaitl. I don't know if I said his name right, but it's Leon Draisaitl. Yeah, so this guy right here, he's projected 6th overall, but I have him at 4th, and it's the highest rated German prospect in this draft. And overall, this guy, a really good playmaker. He's good at protecting the puck. Like, I don't know what from the NHL Central Scouting, BJ McDonald said that he's very Jaromir Jagr-ish player. So he's a playmaker / sniper. He's good at protecting the puck, and also he has a good shot overall that can surprise a lot of goalies with it. And all this is from BJ McDonald, scouting guy. So I'm just taking quotes from him. Yeah. So in my opinion, Leon Draisaitl is going to be drafted 4th overall, just because he's like, you know, he's a good playmaker at like protecting the puck, but also he's got a good shot. So for me, NHL ready for this guy is going to be not this season, but the season right after. But there's a really, really big chance that Calgary is going to play him this season, because he's like for like height and I know it's not I know it's not a really big factor, but for height and weight, he's the perfect guy to be NHL ready right now. And as of Calgary, they're in a place that they're going to probably play him like they played Sean Monahan last year in his first year. So Leon Draisaitl, NHL ready, is probably going to be this year. And finally, at 5th overall, we have the New York Islanders. So the New York Islanders are going to pick Michael Dalcoe, and this guy is projected third overall, but I have him at 5th overall. And overall, this guy is a good two-way forward. He's good on the power play, and he's good on the penalty kill, and he can score big goals when the team needs it. And for being NHL ready, he's probably going to be NHL ready, not this season coming, but the season right after. And knowing New York Islanders, they're probably going to put him in the juniors and develop him, so he can actually be NHL ready the season right after, so they can have a solid roster. So now we're at the 6 through 10 overalls. I'm going to go through these really quick. I'm going to say the guy, and I'm going to say a quick, explanation why he's going to get picked. And, just it won't be really in-depth like it was in the top 5. So 6 overall, we have the Vancouver Canucks, and they're going to pick Jake Virtanen. And he's projected 7th overall, but I have him at 6. And Jake Virtanen, he's a guy, a good power forward. He's his checking is awesome. And if he's on the ice, you better watch out for him, because he's gonna come and he's gonna hurt you. But yes, overall, a good power forward. He's good at protecting the puck, and he can actually score big goals when the team needs it. And for NHL ready, he's gonna be NHL ready 2016-2017. So at 7th overall, we have the Carolina Hurricanes, and they're going to pick William Nylander. He's projected 5th overall, but I have him at 7th overall. And overall, this guy, he's a good sniper. He's good on the power play, but not too good on the penalty kill. So you'll have him on the top 6 forwards, or top 6 forwards, being a sniper and scoring big goals for the team. NHL ready, he's going to be ready 2016-2017. Knowing Carolina Hurricanes, it's probably going to be they're going to try and develop him as much as possible before they bring him to the NHL team. So at 8 overall, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they're going to pick Nikolaj Eller. This guy was projected at 11th overall, but I have him at 8th overall. And for this guy, he's a good playmaker, very unselfish, what Dan Marr from the director of NHL scouting would say. He can work some magic with Jonathan Drouin, and he's got some speed, he's got some good hands, and he can get away from checking situations where he would get checked. And overall, he just passes a lot, doesn't really shoot a lot, but every time he shoots, there's always an opportunity to take of. For his NHL ready, it will be the 2016-2017 season. At 9th overall, we have the Winnipeg Jets, and they're going to pick Nicola Ritchie. He was projected 10th overall, but I have him at 9th overall. And overall, Nicola Ritchie, he's a good power forward, really good at protecting the puck, and his physical attributes are amazing. And for his NHL ready for the Winnipeg Jets, since he's a power forward, he's probably going to end up in the bottom 6. This is a debate, as always, probably bottom 6 or that second line. But for Nicolas Ritchie, his NHL ready is going to be 2016-2017 due to his power forward's ability, and for him being on the bottom 6 for his physical attributes. And finally, at 10th overall, we have the Anaheim Ducks, and they're going to pick Hayden Fleury. He's projected at 12th overall, but I have him at 10th overall. And this is a really good offensive defenseman. He's really good at carrying the puck, and defensive-wise, he's also good at it too. Really good on the power play and also the penalty kill. And that brings him to the NHL ready. Is probably going to be 2016-2017 NHL season. So this is my top 10 for the NHL 2014 draft. I could have done all 30 overalls, but that would have been an hour-long video. And this is, hour-long videos is kind of rough to do. But, yeah, so as always, this is in my opinion for the draft. There's a shit ton of mock drafts online. You can go check them out. But one I would actually recommend checking out is Bob McKenzie's mock draft. He's really good at projecting where players are going to get drafted. And from the past couple of years, he's been like dead on for most of them. So yeah, hope you guys remember to subscribe. And what do you think of the NHL Draft 2014? Give me your list for the top 10s. So I'll see you next time. So bye bye.